Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Working Trader. Welcome to the Working Trader, where we analyze and look at the Euro USD on a daily basis, weekdays, and come up with trade ideas. Look at market structure, supply and demand, if you're interested in that, liquidity concepts. If you want help with trade ideas, this is the place where we do that. So, if you find value in this content, please hit like, subscribe, turn on notifications so that you know every time we go live and every time we post a video. So without wasting much time, let's dive right into the charts. I won't be spending much time on today's analysis. So we'll start looking at Forex Factory. So we do not have any news today. Okay, we do not have any news today and tomorrow. So the tone for the week was set on Tuesday, and yesterday was a continuation, and today we can assume that continuation will continue. Okay, so let's look at the charts, what we were expecting yesterday and what happened. So starting on the daily, we were expecting this daily supply area to be mitigated. Okay, so we are internally in a bearish trend. So internally the daily is bearish. We made this low, facilitate this pullback, and then we've had this strong run of bearish days, and then this week we've had a cool off where we are retracing. So the expectation was, I was saying yesterday that we'll probably retrace until we mitigate this daily demand, this daily supply area, and price is mitigated, and now we can see it's starting to react. Okay, now it's starting to react. So on the 4 hour, we have our internal of the internal. All right, that's our range that we're looking at currently. So in that range we had a break of structure, and then price pulled back, and then we didn't break structure because we didn't have a candle close. All right, but we do have another internal break of structure over here, and then price pushed up, put back down, and then this is another internal break of structure. Okay, so I not marked those, so let's mark them. So for our, we have an internal break of structure right there, and then we have another one right there. Okay, so order flow currently is bullish. Okay, order flow is currently bullish, and whilst this is a demand area on the 4 hour, I'm expecting it to be run over. I'm expecting that to be run over because from a liquidity standpoint, we do not have any liquidity to rest on, right? So because there's no liquidity on the leg going out from on the leg that created the zone, okay, it's likely that the zone itself is going to be liquidated. So I'm not considering that as a zone to look for trades, but I'm expecting that to be run over. Okay, and as we can see, price is pushing down very strongly. Price is pushing down very strongly. So the expectation is this area will be run over, and this is where I'm expecting a reaction. Okay, so if order flow is currently bullish, if it's going to continue bullish, then this will be an area where we can expect price to continue bullish. Price could push down. Okay, so we could be looking for, you know, price to keep on dropping, because this is a very wide area. So price could have a deeper mitigation before it, you know, starts pushing out. If this fails, then it means we are now, you know, bearish again. Then it means we are now bearish, and if we are bearish, then we will then be targeting this weak low and this weak internal low as well. So looking at the 1 hour, 1 hour, yesterday we were looking at there was this nested demand in the 4 hour. Now, because it didn't have any inducement, right, there was no liquidity before the zone. You can see that the POI itself was then liquidated, including even these lows. So both of these POIs were liquidated to fuel the move to the upside. So soon after that liquidation, we then have this strong bullish candles, you know, and then we finally, you know, check out this high, right? So the trade idea eventually worked out, but depending on how you would have set up the trade, this would have been a straight loss. Okay, so looking on today, so we had this bearish break of structure, and then now we just also flipped to a bullish break of structure over here. All right, so now we flipped bullish again. All right, but this, because we have mitigated this daily supply, it's highly likely that, you know, price could start look to go lower. All right, the whole week, mind you, we've been bullish, okay, up to this point. So it is possible that we could start to, you know, look to go lower. But as it stands, the expectation right now is that price will mitigate this, and because order flow is still bullish, right, so we're looking for a strong low to be formed, and then that strong low is run, then price looks like it's going in our direction, and then runs that new low before price finally goes. Okay, so this could mean that there could be deeper mitigation of this zone. So that 4 hour POI, which I was saying I'm expecting it to be liquidated, this inside bar candle, when we look on the 1 hour, you see these are simply doji candles. All right, those are simply doji candles, so these are very low probability. Those are very low probability, so they are highly likely going to be prices highly likely going to just, you know, blast through that. Price is likely going to blast through that. So I'm expecting price to mitigate that, and then we have a reaction. Okay, Hopefully reaction is large enough to take out this weak high. All right, so that's the trade idea and analysis really for today. We really don't have anything for shorts, except when price mitigates these levels, then we can start to look for shorts. If this one fails, then we look for shorts from here. But other than that, for now, the expectation is that order flow is bullish, so we expect price to mitigate that and then continue bullish. And then when it mitigates here, then maybe we could start to have change of character to the downside. All right, and then we have a break, and then maybe mitigate that, and then eventually finally have a drop. All right, so that's a guide for today. So if you're finding value in this in these streams, in this content, please hit like, subscribe, hit like and subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you know when we go live. So the streams, they are not very long, they are quite short because we're only looking at one pair and we're just jumping right into the meat. Okay, so the working trade is out. I am getting ready to go to work now, so have a good day. Working trader out.